Archbishop Oscar Romero. The story of Oscar Romero is one of transformation from one born of poverty to one living comfortably within the system to one determined to change the system. The story of Oscar Romero is one of conversion, of Paul on the road to Damascus, of a man who was blinded and whose eyes were opened by the Lord to see his brothers and sisters in agony and misery. The story of Oscar Romero is one of a man who committed his life to right wrongs to his flock, or died trying. The story of Oscar Romero is one of a martyr for Christ. The story of Oscar Romero is an affirmation of the power and mercy of God. A boy from the poor side of town. Oscar Arnulfo Romero y Galdamez was born on the Feast of the Assumption of Our Lady, August 15, 1917, in Barrios, a small mountainous village high above sea level in El Salvador, Central America. His father, Santos Romero, and his mother, Guadalupe de Jesus Galdamez, were not what you will call very religious people. The church and its rules were not uppermost in their minds. Proof of that is that the child Oscar wasn't even baptized until he was 2 years old. His father had to be given marriage instructions before he and his fiancee could be married in the church. And if that is not enough, the father, Santos, admitted to at least one illegitimate child, the fruit of a wild youth. Santos Romero was a postal worker. Little Oscar, as well as his 4 other brothers and 1 sister, used to play at the post office. They sent telegrams and helped deliver mail. It was a very casual village. Rules were not strictly adhered to. It sounds like a good, solid, secure job. Don't be taken in. It was a small village. There wasn't that much mail. The pay was poor. There was no security. Everything was tenuous in those days. Who knew if Santos would have a job the next day? Sounds much like the United States of the 90s. To supplement the family income, Santos grew coffee and cacao on acreage which his wife inherited from her side of the family. And still, they lived an extremely modest life, but so did everyone else in Barrios. There was no electricity, hot water, or inside plumbing. The children had to sleep together in beds. Nobody had his or her own room. From an early age, it was obvious that Oscar was cut from a unique cloth not typical of the Romero family. His father taught him all his prayers. He seemed to sense something special in Oscar that the other children did not possess. After Santos' death, Oscar wrote his reflections of his father. One part of their life together in particular touched him greatly. He wrote of that time. Only the memories remain. Memories of childhood, how you would pace the bedroom floor as my child's understanding memorized the Our Father, the Hail Mary, the Creed, the Hail Holy Queen, the commandments that your fatherly lips taught me. I still see you one night waiting for us to return with Mother from our trip to San Miguel, waiting with a toy for each of us made with your own hands. Oscar was different from his brothers and sister, more serious, more spiritual. He began his education at a local school, which went up to the 3rd grade.